What a game.
Yeah, and we won't mention the other 4-4 in Premier League history at Old Trafford when they were 4-2 up, because he was playing and he was in the squad. We'll move swiftly on. But, I mean, in terms of, in all seriousness, Ruben Amorim, I mean, he must be delighted because he solved one issue. They're the second top scorers behind Manchester City. But, without stating the obvious, you can't be conceding 4 in a home game and scoring 4 and not winning.
No, it's obviously the perfect balance. It's the ideal kind of scenario is get it right at both ends of the pitch. But I think they've made huge improvements in terms of going forward and the fluidity and the dangerous and the movements and the penetration. Maybe a little bit too expansive at certain points, and they've got to rein that in at certain moments and manage the game a little bit better. Especially being 1-0 up at home and against West Ham, it was similar. So it's getting the balance. Certainly the defensive record needs improving, but there's definitely an excitement about them and a real positive, and I enjoy watching them.
But still a frustration, because we've had a few Monday nights where we've gone, can United go into the top 4? Can Man United go into the top 5? Lose to Everton, draw to West Ham, draw to Bournemouth, all at home. Yeah,
there's loads of room for improvement, but no one ever expected Manchester United to go from where they were last season to be, in the top 4. Maybe, in Europe, that would have been a solid season. But I think most people wanted to see shoots of improvement coming. And I think we are seeing that. They're in a better position now than they were last season at this stage. They look like they can score goals now. And I know they're conceding, but they've always conceded for the last few years anyway. But they've never looked like scoring masses of goals. Now you watch them and think, wow. I mean, 4 against Wolves in the last game, 4 again in this game. That's the hardest thing to do, create chances, score chances. If they can get that right, I think you can coach and work away on it on the training ground. I think you can start piecing together. It's the hardest thing to get right, and they're starting to get it right. And they haven't had that for about 10 years. In fact, I've hardly looked forward to watching Manchester United for 10 years. Now I'm actually on the edge of my seat when they're playing. I think there's a lot of positives. And if I was a Manchester United fan tonight, I'd be going to bed thinking, yeah, we dropped a couple of points, but I can see improvement now. We're an exciting team again. We're creating chances. And they've just got to get it right at the back. But as I say, it's a little bit easier to do that than to score the goals that they're scoring.
OK.
You can see straight away in the dressing room, everyone was really disappointed, because we know as a team we can do much better. We knew we can win this game today, but yeah, a big disappointment, but we take 1 point and thinking about the next game.
I think it's hard, isn't it, to look for positive straight away for you guys when you've just come off the field, but some of the goals that were scored, the atmosphere inside Old Trafford, the defending, the counter-attacking football, there's lots of things that you did right. It's just that you've conceded 4.
Yeah, I think when we conceded the 2 goals straight away in the second half, we had that pressure to come in the game, and we coming in the game, we did the 4-3. But yeah, it's a big disappointment. We didn't win this game, because if we win this game, we are better in the league. But yeah, it's not bad also to draw. The worst one was to lose this game. So we're gonna take 1 point and prepare the next game.
A slight change in the way that you were out of possession today. So instead of it being a 5 or a 4, it was almost swinging backwards and forwards. Is that something you've been working on?
Yeah, I think depend on the opponent. We work depend on the opponent. When sometimes we play as a 4-4-2, sometimes we play as a 3-4-3, sometimes also we play 4-3-3. Maybe people outside doesn't see, but as a team we can change sometimes. When Ruben told us to play as a 4-3-3. But yeah, the system doesn't matter for us. Today was to win this game, so we are really disappointed. But at the same time, we take 1 point, and then we're gonna
have spoken about. What do you take out of this tonight to go forward?
The same, a lot of good things, but a lot of things to work. We are not winning games sometimes in the details. It's not about because it's a back 4, back 3, back 5. It's the details that we need to work, understand of the momentums of the game. And you need to be more clinical, because again today against a very good team we create so many chances to win the game, and you should have won the 3 points.
And also when you talk about...
Well, you heard Amorim there saying we lost concentration, we have to finish off the game. Question I'll ask you, that handball that was awarded after Adam Smith's encounter, was that fair? Because that ultimately changed the course and perhaps result of this game.
No, it wasn't fair, but, you know, you just have to get on with it from a defensive standpoint. You still the details across that game for both teams were poor. So look, it was a handball, it was given, but ultimately they didn't clear their lines the first time. They didn't get set up defensively for the free kicks properly. So these things happen.
Okay, and, well, these things happen is a way of looking at it, but where do they go from here? I suppose for both teams, but United the most disappointed today.
Yeah, definitely. And I think for Manchester United, it's something that happens so often. They were winning 3 times. They were winning 3 times today. And when you talk about, and that's what Amram's saying, it's like, for me, it's like, it's not necessarily the system. The players do need to take responsibility. And don't get me wrong, it's the manager's side of things to get that message across to the players, but it's not a bunch of kids. There are experienced players in there, and I think at times you have to understand which way the game's going. And for you to be winning 3 times at home and to not win the game, you know, it's something that there'll be a lot of frustration. And as Tim said after the game, you could see that the players for Manchester United, they looked absolutely shell-shocked.
It's even with what he says, and this is kind of like that mentality piece. He said, I was celebrating wildly at 4-3, and then I thought we'd go on to get another one. The whole point and the whole concept is you don't need another one at 4-3. This has been an ugly, sloppy game. Recognize that and say, you know what? Forget it. Somehow we got ourselves back in front. Let's just calm down, get behind the ball, use it wisely. It doesn't have to go crazy, but this is what they are right now.
Yeah,
just a little bit of game management, a bit of know-how in that situation.
I think, Steve, they've gone down the direction of suddenly becoming really dangerous coming forward, and there's the excitement about it. I mean, I was watching it, I was getting excited. The players must feel that. The supporters, you could tell, feel that. So that's something that they need to then deal with emotionally. And when's the time to take that risk? When's the time to make that forward run? When's the time to actually, well, hang on, like the first goal, Semenyo's goal, and Luke gets pulled across, so thinking about playing forward and gets caught high, and then Semenyo's got that space to run into, and it's getting the balance, and they kind of got to learn because they've probably not been that expansive, they've not been that fluid with the movements over a period of time. So the next step for them is, yeah, brilliant, do that and get ahead in the game, but you've got to manage the game as well, and picking their moments is the next step for them.
Thank you very much. So much to talk about. We've run out of time. Michaels,
he's done it many times before. It's what he does so well. But even without the goalkeeper's small step to the right, it's taking him out of the game.
You love that free kick.
Oh, wow. You know, pace, dip. I mean, everything. That was a fabulous free kick, but it should never have been one. As you say, it should never have been. I mean, a foot away from him, even if it hits him down here, with, you know, when you kick it into someone when you're only a yard, you know, that far away, then it's very harsh. And his arms weren't flailing, and it was probably too high anyway. It was a really poor decision. But, you know, little things make so much difference. Like, people don't want to see people exaggerating a fall or claiming a free kick when it. If Bruno Fernandes doesn't really go mad when that ball hits it, he never gets a foul. That's a referee thing. Oh, I didn't see that properly. I'll give it because of the reaction of players.
It's human reaction.
It's human reaction. Yeah. And, you know, these little things make a massive... If Bruno doesn't do that, if he's not sort of living on the edge and being a little bit naughty and whatever, then, you know, they don't get that. They don't score that goal. So these little, I was going to say dark arts, but it's a bit strong, but he was streetwise, let's say, in winning that free kick.
129 seconds later, they scored again. As you said, a little bit of luck defence.
Marcus, how do you sum that one up?
I think it's one the fans will definitely enjoy, but for us on the pitch it was a bit frustrating, and in both halves for us I think we started the first half very slow and played in their favour a lot, but we stayed in the game in the first half, and the second half we came out, we knew what we needed to do in our performance, and I think we did that, but then we conceded some sloppy goals and make it tough for ourselves again, but we dug in and got that equaliser which helped us towards the end of the game.
The start of the second half, first of all, to get yourself back level, but then to score twice in those 7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing for us on the pitch, you know. We knew well, every team knows when they go behind at half-time, they have to come out the blocks very, very fast in the second, and that's exactly what we did, and we put ourselves in a great position to go on to do better in the game, but it's just unfortunate that we conceded such a sloppy goal, so something to reflect on.
But when you say you put yourself in such a good position as well, you put yourself in a good position to almost take the winner right at the very end.
Yeah, no, we finished the game strong. I feel like if there was anyone else going to go and score in that game, it was going to be us. So we can take the positives towards the end, but we'll reflect on it and see what we can improve on.
I know that you're in this winless run, as they call it. But a lot of people have said the performances haven't matched the results. So what do you take from this one tonight going forward?
I think we take a lot of positives from this result. It's a very tough place to come with a team who's in form, and there are a lot of different sides to last season, and they've got a lot of quality within their team. But we know that we're starting to perform to what we were last season in the way we approach games and the way we handle our business on the pitch as well.
Well, for the last 2 seasons, you've scored 3. Tonight, you've scored 4. And Marcus, you are player of the match as well. I haven't got enough hands really to give you this, but would you like to take it off me?
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Oh, and I'll do that.
Well, he's ended it smiling. It's only the second 4-4 at Old Trafford in Premier League history. But these two have ordered me to move quickly on from that game, Manchester United and Everton. Let's move into the start of the second half. He talked about their fast start. 38 seconds into the period, they were level.